Ich darf nicht hin zu dir, und du setzt dich so, und wenn sie sich auch sehr.
When given a vertex, which in this case is coordinates +5 for the x-axis and +2 for the y-axis, you are also given your directrix, which is set on -3 on the y-axis and 0 on the x-axis. Once you have your vertex and directrix, you are able to find your focus point and your axis of symmetry. To find your focus point, you have to look at the distance from the vertex to the directrix, or how many units that they are apart. We counted 5 units down from the vertex to the directrix, so the distance from the vertex to the focus point would be 5 units up from the vertex. After that, you draw the parabola either facing up, down, left, or right. To plot the axis of symmetry, you write dotted lines to split the parabola through the vertex on the y-axis. To solve this equation in standard vertex form, we looked back at our notes that we used and used the top left equation, y equals 1/4p in parentheses x minus h squared plus k. We plugged in our information and then solved for the problem. To know which equation to use, look for a similar parabola to yours based on the notes.
Shows the estimated profits Y in dollars for a Halloween carnival when the charge is X dollars per wristband. Write in and evaluate a function to determine what the charge per wristband should be to maximize the profit. So these two is our X and Y values, and we're going to plug them in the calculator. So first you go to stat enter and enter your X values into lane 1 and enter your Y values into lane 2. Then you go to Y equals and you select plot 1 and enter to ensure that it's on. Then you go to zoom number 9. This is zoom stat. And then you go to, so it'll draw your parabola. And then you go to stat right and then down to number 5, which was quad reg, and then enter, and then you have to go down to calculate. And then it gives you your equation, which is f of x equals -225x squared plus 3,300x minus 3,100. And then you write down A, B, and C. Then you go to y equals and enter this into y1. And then you go to graph. After you go to graph, you go to second calc and go down to maximum because our parabola is facing down. Then you use the cursor to go to the left side, press enter, and then you use the cursor to go to the right side. And then enter.
An electronics store sells 70 digital cameras per month at a price of $320 each. For each $20 decrease in price, about 5 more cameras are sold per month. For your revenue, it would be price per item times number of items sold. So that would give you the equation 320 times 70. For your current revenue, that would make it $22,400. For your max revenue, you would do 320 minus 20x, and your second equation would be 70 plus 5x. Then you would do each equation into the zero product property, and that would give you your x-intercepts. So since you found your x-intercepts, now you plot them, and that would look like these 2 points. Next, step 2 would be to find your axis of symmetry. So you add your x-intercepts and divide by 2, which would give you 1. So this is what your axis of symmetry would look like. Then the next step is to find the vertex. So you do the equation xu equals 1 and plug in the x value of the vertex into the original equation. This would give you your max income of $22,500. That would make your vertex 1, $22,500, which is this point up here. The next step is to find and interpret and explain the best price. So that would make your equation 320 minus 20 times 1, which would give you $300 per camera. That would make your max income of $22,500. So your predicted sales per month would be 75 cameras per month, and this is what your finished graph would look like.
We learned that having a bad high school experience would be doing bad in your classes, not taking advantage of the awesome facilities we have at Redondo Union and not getting involved, and hanging out with the wrong people.
And we also learned that we want to learn for knowledge and not just for a letter grade.
clubs and sports and having lots of fun.
Yeah. It's her Halloween costume. She doesn't like it. Oh, she doesn't like it.
Good because she smells like cuddles.